very good afternoon to everyone. Can you please turn on your cameras? Yes. Let me tell you, we have three guests with us today. They are actually our pass outs from the askIITians currently in IIT Bombay. Let the others join in a couple of minutes. We're going to start this. Okay. Yes, Taha, are you there? Yes, welcome Taha. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How about you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Dara, are you there? Yes. I'm audible?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you? How is everything going? Yes, is Janani here?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Very good to see you.
Hello,
Hi,
sir.
Janani. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Guys, you can meet with our three, as I told you in the sessions as well, that we will be having a discussion with our three invitees who are currently in the IIT Bombay, isn't it? Yes? So you can share your thoughts, you can share your, and most importantly, you can have a discussion. Okay, Hatim, you can join back. Okay, you can have a discussion with your juniors because they are your seniors, guys. Okay, they will tell you the path, how to crack the goals. It, as I've been telling you right from the beginning, that it's not only about the JEE. It's about every competitive exam, isn't it, guys? Don't you think the strategy is same? Taha, Dara, Janani, isn't it? So strategy is kind of same. Okay, so in order to start this, first let me, guys, please everyone turn on your camera. Chavi, everyone, Vaibhav, Devik. Okay, so let's have a quick introduction of yours. Okay, so Taha, you can start with, and just simple introduction of yours, whatever you want to share with the other guys, your journey and all, so that we can move to the other guys as well. Yes, Taha.
Yes, so myself, I'm Taha Chikte, and currently I'm at IIT Bombay pursuing chemical engineering, second year. Yeah, and about me during this period, it was really a turning point for me in terms of preparation, because that was November was the time when I realized how much I lacked and how much more we have to.
And mostly we come to know at the end, isn't it? That how much we
Yes.
lack, how much we have to excel. anyways. Okay, fine. Yes, Taha? That's it?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, now over to you. Janani, you can also introduce and you can also share your thoughts.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Myself Janani. I'm pursuing my first year in mechanical engineering at IIT Bombay. And yeah, about the preparation, it was not easy. It was kind of like a roller coaster. I started working out towards the end, towards December, Jan. So that's how my story went.
Fine. Okay, so wait a moment, guys. Okay, Dara.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
So, hello everyone. I'm Dhara, currently pursuing chemical engineering at IIT Bombay, and I'm in my third year. So my preparation was, of course, it was 3 years ago, but during the COVID time. But for JEE Advanced, so I was not actually very prepared for JEE Advanced. Everything that happened was between JEE Mains and JEE Advanced only. So yeah, it was actually like the most depressing time, but yeah, came through it.
Depressing time. Oh my god. Okay, fine, that's good. Okay, so do you think that the time given after the JEE Mains to the JEE Advanced, it is an ample time that we can start, and we can that things can be cooped up in that particular time, or even other suppose after your grade 12? Okay, I'm asking this to all the three of you. Is it okay that after your grade 12, suppose your grade 12 is over, that ample time is provided that we can move to the any competitive exam, or we have to start our journey right from the beginning? What do you think, Taha?
Well, according to me, there is one certain prerequisite that we are well versed with all the chapters, if we are moving towards JEE Advanced. So then the 1 month or 1.5 month time that is between the second attempt and the JEE Advanced day, it is enough for practicing questions and getting to know how to solve different type of questions better.
Okay, fine. So guys, I'm going to start this question session. Now, see, all you guys, whosoever it is in there, they can just send me the questions in the chat, whatever it is, and whosoever you want to ask it. Okay, Ayush, Sarvesh, Azhaj, Saad, anyone, or it's about the competitive exam, whatever you want to ask, just send that in the chat, and I will be forwarding that to you, or whatever you want to ask to them regarding the strategy, regarding any particular subject that we need to focus on. Okay, so I know most of the people will say, sir, how to handle the mathematics. Okay, because that is I can say that many people are saying, sir, it is a pain. No, it's not a pain, it is a gain as well in some time, isn't it? So you can send your questions, you can send your this whatever you need to ask, so that we can discuss with your. Okay, now first question. Yes, just give me 2 minutes, okay, I will be asking. See, first question, that is the most important thing, okay, I will be asking from my side. Okay, this is not from any other person, this is because many people here, this is the, I think they are just this thing is tickling in their mind, that how to deal with this, sir, kaise kare isko. Okay, the question is, see, what's your daily routine? Okay, like during your preparation, how do you balance your school studies and any competitive? I will not talk about this is Savarna Priya has also gave the same question, that how to manage, okay, how to manage your school studies and how to manage your any competitive like JEE preparations. Yes, Dara, you can tell me.
So my routine during 11th used to be, because of COVID, I had online school. So I used to attend the school in the morning, and because there was no transportation, so I used to save time during that time. So
that was
I had school in the morning. Yeah, actually.
Okay.
So and in the afternoon, I used to have my AskIITian classes. So I used to make sure that before sleeping, I used to cover everything from the module that the professor had taught.
Okay, so see guys, this is important. Whatever it is taught in the day, that needs to be covered in the module, isn't it? Dharani, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, but for me personally, I used to go to physical school. I could save time during transportation.
So how do you manage? That is the most important challenge, because this is not the COVID time now.
Yeah, exactly. So essentially,
our golden days are gone. We can say it like that.
True.
Okay.
So I used to go to school in the morning, and whatever was done in school, physics, chemistry and math in school, I never really used to pay attention to, because the fundamentals are the same. If you're listening to classes at AskIITians, then it should be covered. So and for English and CS in school, I used to do that in school itself. So I never had to do any school subjects at home. So I would suggest just pay attention in school, and that will not be a hassle for you to cover at home. And the time you are at home, you can spend for your competitive exams. So in the evening, I used to have AskIITians classes, and yeah, as Dhara said, I used to try to complete all the questions through the modules, but most days it did not happen. But it's ideal that you try to finish all of them.
Okay.
It'll work
That's
out
great.
in the long run.
That's great. Taha, any pointer from your side? So, or it is the same thing?
Yeah, well, the same thing. You actually ought to catch up with what you are studying daily. Then only means the piling up of work won't be there and won't give you a stress in everyday studying.
Okay,
That's
this is
true.
the one question that is actually coming repeatedly in the chats. That is, when you actually start your preparation. Yes, Taha, you can tell me. When actually we will start our preparation?
Well, in my case, is actually not applicable as ideal, but what I realized is during this time around October to November, that I actually have a lot to do, of work to do, and it is you will be able to catch up during this. Only thing what we require is perseverance and consistency. First of all, What is important is that we need to keep track of what we are doing, especially through mock tests and all, giving them with full seriousness.
So in
And
other
second,
sense, you are saying that there is never late.
yes, it's never late.
Okay. Anyone among you, Janani or Dhara, you want to add any in this? So when to start the preparation? Because 3-4 questions came in the chat. When to start, guys? Please, you can also send the questions in the chat. Yes. Anyone?
So whenever, like just like he said, that it's never late. But yeah, again, the key is whenever that you're starting, you just need to make sure that you're not like doing cheating with yourself, like just telling yourself कि अरे ये नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है, मतलब ये मॉड्यूल का ये पार्ट नहीं हुआ, अगली बार कर लेंगे, like just postponing it, तो at the end just the backlog will increase. मतलब if you're doing some chapter तो complete it fully 100%, and that's very important because if the backlog increases तो eventually you will realize कि when you're giving mock test then you maybe questions नहीं हो रहे. Why? Because you have not practiced enough. So you should be disciplined while solving.
So whenever we have to start it, that means you have to complete it. आधा ही नहीं छोड़ना है, kind of that. Saad, I think we discussed this question that how you are managing the school and the coaching together, isn't it? So I think we discussed that, or is it? I think we discussed that.
Yes, sir. Yes, I heard it.
Okay, fine. So, okay, one more question. So, what are the most subjects here? You can see one question is there. What are the most different subjects or topic you find challenging, and how you overcome that? Yes, Taha.
For me, it was rotational dynamics mainly. Physics, and other than that, tackling that, I actually started from scratch when I found out that I'm not able to solve the question even at the basic level, or I'm not being able to find the equations that are required to get the answer. So I started from the scratch once again, seeing what conceptually went wrong, and then I assure you that if this you do, then everything gets cleared and the knots get untangled on their own once you start practicing nicely.
Okay, so one more question is here. Which subject do you find we need to work on most? Yes, Janani, can you please help in that?
So it really depends on what you're doing. So for me, essentially, the subject I spent the most time on was chemistry. Because the chemistry is really vast and it's the most scoring. So that's what I spend my
It's
most
the
time
most
on.
scoring? Okay, yeah.
So
guys, please take a note. This is, as I told you.
Scoring. I got the highest marks in chemistry in my both JEE and JEE exams. So it's worth putting your time in something that will give you an output. Like you can spend hours and hours on math, but there will always be some question which you'll not be able to solve in the paper. So I would say spend time on chemistry, do it well, and then for physics and math you should just analyze whichever is tougher for you. For me, physics was tougher. So
that's what we call as smart study, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to do. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. You have to prioritize which has the highest weightage, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not that you're trying to spend most time on what you're weak in. You're trying to spend most time on what is most scoring as well. So this is what worked for me. I spent my most time in chemistry, then physics, then math.
Okay. What about you, Dhara? For the same question, if you want to add something.
My maths was already strong. So I used to struggle in chemistry and physics because मुझे chemistry याद नहीं रहता था, inorganic. So I used to struggle in that. So before JEE, my 1 month was like यही कि short notes बनाए उसी को revise करना है वैसा. So of course chemistry is more scoring, तो उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा time देना है. And maths was luckily maths was good for me. So then second priority I had given to physics.
Okay, one more question I'm getting here. One more question after how many hours or minutes? Okay, after how many hours or minutes do you think you take your break? And what is your aim in your break? What is it, Ayush? Okay, how many hours? Let us suppose they are saying that.
I meant utilize.
Yeah, how do you utilize your break? Yes, Taha, can you please?
Well, for me, I used to work target-wise in the sense that if I used to sit and I'm doing questions, then I would leave it only when I finished one particular section or a couple of questions, like at least 30 to 40 at a time. And after that, I would take a 15 to half an hour break, depending on my level of exhaustion or the amount of what can I say? Kantala aata hai वैसे type. So that type. But after half an hour, I used to go back to studying. And what I used to do is actually converse with my family and have some snacks. Better than that means using the phone is actually more engaging. Means you won't go back to study. So I would ask you to refrain.
So that is just a reminder that don't use the phone during your that time whenever you are taking this thing, isn't it? So many kids, we have 1/2 hour, let's play one chicken dinner in PUBG. Oh, no, that's not to be done. Okay, so okay, Janani, just one question to you because this is related to the chemistry. Okay, any tip to remember the reactions from the organic chemistry class to it? Any?
That was a pain for me as well. The only solution to remember such thing is do it repeatedly. If you spend time with the reactions, as that's what the question is named, if you spend time with it, like for me, I couldn't remember any reaction, but 3-4 months down the lane, when every day I saw the reactions, I worked with the reactions, everything just gets in my head. Just spend time with it, just go through them every day and it will.
So there is no shortcut for that. Any tip or anything?
You have to spend time with it.
Taha, Dara, anything you want to add?
The repetition is only key to remembering these reactions in organic chemistry.
Okay, fine. Next question is, what should be the sequence? Okay, first following NCERT, then modules like that. Okay, like for the competitive exam especially, what should be the sequence? Yes, Dara, can you please?
So for chemistry, I would prefer going with the basics of NCERT and then go to the module, because NCERT mainly covers all the JEE part that is there, and NCERT is in fact one of the most important work for JEE with respect to chemistry.
Not only for JEE, it's for the NEET as well, isn't it?
Yeah, right, for competitive exams.
Yeah.
For maths, I wouldn't prefer doing NCERT because maths usually, the JEE level maths is harder than the NCERT level, so I directly started with the module.
Okay. For physics?
And for physics, you can go through it once because it's good for clearing your concepts. But again, physics there are a few parts. It's a rotational and the vector analysis, like rotational hai, and then gravity, or I think the few ऐसे topics है जिसमें tough questions could be made. So for those, you should refer to the module. But like basics clear करने के लिए, you can go through the NCERT.
Okay, fine. So you are saying that for chemistry and physics, first you approach to the NCERT, then you go to the modules. And for mathematics and modules are much, and the questions are of high level. Then
Yes,
fine. So there were 2 questions from that same level. Okay, one question: what does their timetable look when they were planning? Taha, you can answer this. What was the timetable, or you people can also add for this? What was actually the timetable that you people planned for? Okay, how that helped you? What was the time?
Timetable in the sense, actually, I used to write it in terms of morning, afternoon, evening, and sometimes time constraint, chapter wise or topic wise, as you feel right. And but just make sure that you're following it and not ignoring what the timings are.
Okay. Anything? Any other person wants to add? Dara, Danani, it's the same thing. Okay, fine. Next question is, I will ask this to you, Nanani, that how should we solve books other than the coaching modules? Okay. If yes, what is the right time? Okay, because initially, after that, see, I will just add something to it. See, this is for all the kids of grade 9, 10, 11, 12. See, when we start anything, let us suppose I started grade 11 logarithms, isn't it? You might be knowing. for those who are in 9, 10, 10, they will just come up after in year 2 or 2. When we start with the logarithm, suppose in the logarithm there is a concept used in some question, that is inequality, AMGM inequality, isn't it? That comes just after the 4 or 5 lectures, isn't it? So people started worrying, oh my god, I didn't get this question. This is for even lower grades as well, isn't it? So they are saying, when is the right time to start with the other module books other than the coaching? Okay, so Janan can add this, can answer this question. What is the right time?
I think the coaching modules are sufficient enough to give you at least a solid preparation. But if you want to go more than that, I would say do it after you're done with a tangible amount of questions in the module. Don't just start running after multiple sources of questions, because then you're not going to get anything done at all. Stick to one thing and then progress to other if you have.
So askIITians modules are enough for that, right?
Yes, because they are curated in such a way so that they have the best questions from many resources. So it's the best resource to practice from. But that said, if you want to practice from other resources, I would say do it after you're done with the modules. And also, you should also keep in mind not to fall behind, because this happens. You run behind different books, you start practicing, you fall behind with the current course load. So you should do it in such a way that you should only do it if you have enough time. Else you can do it later while you're revising.
Dara, you cannot add anything to this?
And every book is curated like this. Like it has a set of easy questions and then medium and then difficult.
Yeah,
so like if
that's
you pick
what
up
we have in
multiple
our
books
modules.
together,
That's what we have in our modules.
Right.
Level 1, level 2, level 3, isn't it?
right. So picking up many books together, you will just start with the questions and then change. That means you will just do the easy question of all the books. That wouldn't really give you a practice. So just like Janani said, it's best to complete the module first. And I feel it's more than enough.
Just Taha, anything you want to add?
No, sir, I think so. All has been said on this issue.
Okay, fine. Devik has a question. See, I will just see who will ask this question, because who will answer this question, anyone among you, that did you people have any backlogs? If yes, then how you cover those backlogs? Who would like to answer? No one had. That means they don't have the backlogs.
No, if I may, means at this time I realized that a lot of practice has been remaining for my 11th class. So I would consider not solving questions backlogs. So that means accounting for it, you actually need to increase your efforts, try to extend the amount of time you practice questions. So then only you can actually catch up with what you have left. So it's like this, means the amount that you are learning and the amount you are preparing for, the rate should be equal or more than that, so that you're catching up what you have currently.
Tara, Janani, you want to add something to this? How to cover up the backlogs?
So once you have backlog, then you need to choose what questions you need to solve. Like not like taking the module, solving all the 100 questions. So if you're looking at one question, अगर दिख रहा है कि उसके नीचे वाला similar है, skip that question, move ahead. Instead of giving like 10 minutes to every question, you can maybe save 5 minutes in every question. So you can solve like strategically solving less questions, but covering all the question sets, like from easy to difficult, will help you clear the backlog quickly.
Okay, so it's not necessary that you will solve all the questions. Okay, if you feel that in the backlog there is a similar type of question, leave that, move to the next. Okay, Janani, you want to add something or same thing?
Yes, I think it's basically the same, but I would also say you need to prioritize what you are covering first, and that depends on where you are in the preparation stage. Like if you're closer to the examination and you have a bunch of chapters left, ideally you should focus on the ones which have more weightage, cover that first, and then go to the rest. You always need to prioritize. I personally had backlogs till the very end, so yeah.
Okay, that means those who have backlogs, they can cover. Say, they can clear the IIT, isn't it?
Yeah,
because there are many people who say, "Oh my God, I have 2 chapters, 3 chapters. What will I do?" Okay, so it's not like that. Be confident. Okay, fine. Now the next question. I think it's about the mains and advanced. You can answer this because this changed every year. That how much time is the exam and how many questions are asked? let's say JEE mains it's fixed, but JEE advanced it goes on changing. Okay, so you can answer, Janani, for this.
So in 2024, the mains was a 300 marks for 80 minutes and had 75 questions, out of which, you had 90 questions, out of which you had to attend 75. And for JEE Advanced, there were 2 papers, 3 hours and 3 hours, and there were 54 questions in each. I think 52 to 54 questions in each.
Dhara, it was for you also? 54 questions each?
Advanced was same, yes. Mains I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. Okay, now one more question. Taha, you can answer this. Did you take any leave from the school for AskIITians?
Very rarely, only when the things become too constrained. But I think so. In my school, I only took once or twice leave because I need to prepare for the upcoming tests or anything like that.
Dhara, you were on the COVID was that time. Janani, you can answer if you take any leave from the school for the AskIITians.
Initially, I did not. I went to school every day, but towards the end, like September, October, November, December, I used to take a day a week or 2 days a week.
Okay, per day, a week. In a week,
Yeah,
1 day.
roughly. Yes, I used to take.
Okay. Bhavesh has a question. Which books are advised to solve apart from the modules? I think this was answered, but it was about the did we need to solve? As they have said that modules are enough. Okay, apart from module, do you suggest any books for them to solve? Yes, Taha?
In my personal experience, I didn't solve anything outside the module because I didn't have that much time.
Okay, is it for all the kids which are right from the beginning, like 9th? Because Taha, you have been here from I think earlier grade, isn't it? Okay.
I was from 11th.
Yeah, 11th. Yeah. Okay. What about that thing right from the beginning? Do you think that this will help for the grade 9, 10th as well? For the modules, that you don't need to move apart from that. Obviously, you said that you didn't solve anything for the grade 11 and 12 apart from the modules of AskIITians. Okay, so
Right.
is there anything? Is this the same for the grade 9th and 10th people as well?
I believe yes. So means the module actually covers everything what is required for the examination. So I think so. It's self-sufficient in its own way. But if you crave more practice, then you can move outside.
Is it the same thing for you, Dara, and Janani, for you as same thing? Okay, next question. Sir, I am in grade 9. Okay, I have completed module. So is it good or right to start NCERT 10th and module? Dara? He has
He can
completed the
s-
module or grade 9. He's in 9th. He's saying that should I start?
Yeah,
for
he
the
can
grade 10th?
start with NCERT module. If like he can start with NCERT because it starts from the basic module. There will be some high level stuff, so maybe he can wait for the professor of grade 10 to cover it. But he can start with NCERT aram se.
Savarna Priya, the question has been answered that you are saying that what were the books you solved. Obviously, the books, this modules which has been provided in the AskIITians, all the three are saying that we usually cover because see, what is a module? It is a compiled questions of all the things. Okay, I think in AskIITians you have been provided with that thing. Okay, they are saying that we didn't go apart from no. Is that so? Okay, yeah. Okay, sir, I am in grade 9 now. For me, other subjects like SST and Hindi are much harder. What should I do? Focus on. Yes. Janani, can you answer this?
I mean, you're in 9th grade, it's okay. You can spend some time with school also. You don't have to completely cut school out of the picture. Cutting school out of the picture will come 11th and 12th, that's fine.
Okay,
So-
for 11th and 12th.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. I mean, you should ideally spend some time with Hindi and SST also.
He's saying,
Because-
what should I focus on? Obviously, he should focus on
Yes, you can focus on building your foundations, but that's why do not sacrifice your school part as well, because the only major exam you're going to be facing in the near future are the board exams. So it's okay, you can spend some time with Hindi and SST, sacrificing some amount of time for AskIITians.
Okay. Now, the next question comes up. that it's from Shreya. How was your mindset when attending the JEE mains in advance? How were you able to manage your time and stress while attempting the test? This I should be asking to all the three our guests. Okay, so Taha, I will start with you. So question is, what was your mindset while attending the JEE mains in advance, and will you be able to manage your time? How you were able to manage your time, stress? Because many people here saying are, sir, stress level, time. So how you were
Yes.
able to manage that?
So basically, all thanks to mock test, I actually properly divided what each subject will get, how much time each subject will get. Especially during that time, I used to find maths really lengthy. So 1.5 hour was allotted to it by default, and I used to try to complete the other two subjects within 1.5 hour, and it usually actually happened. And plus the mindset, I would say that after doing so many tests, you know what are your potential, how many questions you are able to attempt and all. So actually keep in mind what your overall means, how many questions you're able to attend, keep in your back of the mind. So don't panic if you're not able to do one question, leave it, you can move to the next, and focus on one question one by one. Don't think outside what is happening in the exam. If the exam is too hard and you're not able to do many questions, no problem, focus on the one question itself, try to solve it. Okay, don't panic. And if the time management fails during the time of the exam, still keep your calm and focus on your quality of solving rather than the overall situation. So that's how you actually assure yourself marks rather than losing them due to panic.
Janani, yes, Kenneth.
You're talking about time management, yeah, that's true.
And stress during the exam.
Yes. So
while attempting the paper, they are actually saying.
okay, so to be stress free, I would say you should have some sort of strategy, and that will come through doing a lot of mock tests. So for me personally, I used to attempt the paper. I used to try to finish chemistry, then physics, then maths, because maths is really, really long. And in both my JEE attempts, thankfully the chemistry and physics papers were easy. So I just speed ran through it, and then I could spend a lot of time. Maths was hard. Maths took it wasn't exactly hard, it took a lot of time. But if things don't go according to plan, I would say don't just speed run through it just for the sake of conforming to your time management, because then you'll get more negative marks than positive marks. I would say even if the paper is not according to your expectations, just stay calm, attempt what you know, because if it's hard for you, it's hard for everybody. That's one thing you should keep in mind. You should never lose your cool thinking that this is hard for only me. If it's hard for you, it's going to be hard for a lot of other people. So
okay, fine, that's lovely. Yes, Dara, for you?
So for stress management, I would suggest that I had started this actually 1 month before the exam. You can even do it from now. I had started practicing meditation daily. So उसकी वजह से the stress level comes down. So even if question नहीं हो रहा, you don't get stress in the paper. So I would suggest do practice meditation daily. When you wake up, you do meditation essay. And for time management, so I think Janani and Taha have already covered it.
Sure.
Give mock tests and practice.
Yeah. So from this, we can come to know that the mock tests are actually important for at the end of the day, isn't it? Every time after your exams are near, you can go for the mock test, and that actually helps you to cover these all the time management and stress level things. Okay. Now the next question: do you guys? So the question is, do you guys have any hobbies like sports you are actually playing actively, where the preparation or the good to continue the sport, playing a sport? Yes, Taha, you can add to this. That do you have any hobbies like sports or anything during these preparations?
Nothing in particular, not a hobby, not great hobbies to be mentioned of.
They are saying actually during this particular, whether the point of asking this, whether you have sacrificed your hobbies in this particular this duration while preparing for the competition.
Truly speaking, I was lucky enough that 1 year I had corona and the other year I had offline school. So during the offline schooling time, I participated in extracurricular activities, but to a limit, in the sense that they don't get in my way of actually getting backlogs and all. That's actually really important. Sometimes you have to invest a lot of time in extracurriculars, so you need to cautiously understand the pros and cons and take part or not.
Okay, so one question I will like Danani to answer this. How much time did spend on the studies other than the school? Let us suppose you are in school, and how much time other than the school you spend on the studies?
Okay, so school was for like 6 hours, and then aspirating classes were for 3 hours a day. So after that, with school and aspirations, I could spend 3 to 4 hours a day. And on the weekends when there was no school and
So you utilize the weekends, right?
Yes. And in the weekends, initially I used to put in like 6 to 7 hours, but towards the end, I increased to like 8 to 9.
Okay. Okay, now the next question. In the last few months, what should be the strategy? Last few months, about, let us suppose the JEE notification came out, it's in the January, okay. Should we do the questions or just the theory part? Yes, Dhara, you can please answer this question.
Mainly to focus on the questions, and I would suggest giving a mock test daily or maybe an alternate day, so that will make all the things strong. Suppose that I've given a mock test today, so now I'll sit and analyze that mock test and get to know that acha, this is that one part which I'm lacking in theory, so I can revise the theory of that part. I know the formula, but I'm lacking maybe not doing calculations fast, or maybe question ही नहीं बना. So for that particular chapter, I can focus on questions. So there is nothing like hard thumb rule कि सिर्फ theory करने हैं questions. You will come to know that when you by analyzing the mock test that you are giving.
Okay, fine. Okay, now the next question comes up that I'm okay with the physics and chemistry. Okay, fine. But weak in mathematics. How to make the maths interesting and easy? I think this is not one question from one person. I think this is he has represented the bunch of the questions here. Yes, Taha, you can answer this.
Maths for me also wasn't easy, but one thing I tried doing is that not to make interesting, but to understand how the thinking process works, is that whenever one question used to get solved, I used to think, is there any other way to solve the question? So while trying to do it and finding why are you wrong, and sometimes getting the answer, maybe sometimes in a shorter way, it actually makes it intriguing. And one thing it will help you while solving new questions is that then you will get a gut feeling to start with this method. Maybe you might be wrong, maybe you are not, but you will get the courage to leap and start solving the question instead of just leaving it as you look to it.
Okay, fine. Okay, so either see, there is one more question. Since I have answered this question in all of my batches, but still they want to hear it from you. Is 11th or 12th portion more important for JEE, Janan?
If you talk about statistics, I would say 12th is slightly more important than 11th, but both of them are equal.
If I say the question wise, where from most question was asked?
See, for JEE mains, you can sort of sacrifice on one part. I would say 12th is more important than 11th. But for JEE advanced, that's not the case. You need both, because they don't ask questions from one concept. Like, they mix and match questions from a lot of places, and you can't, just because you're lacking one concept from 11th grade, you will not be able to do the question, even though you know what to do in the question. So exactly. I would say try not to sacrifice on anything, but if you have to, for the time being, try to finish 12th grade first, then you can.
Taha, you want to add this thing? Which one do you think that most questions or most this is most important for you, JEE?
According to me, I can.
Yeah, Dara.
One minute. Sir, I'll have to leave. I have an exam.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, and all the best to everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dara. Thank you so much for being here. It was a lovely interaction with you. Okay, thank you. She has an exam. She can leave. Okay. Okay, yeah.
I don't used to discriminate between the 11th and 12th chapters. A chapter is a chapter for me, like that, and I used to go forward with it.
Okay, fine. So next question comes up. JEE doesn't ask any theory, but the board says a theory. Okay, so you know that. So how do you manage between writing and theory part of the JEE part for the boards? So the question is like that in JEE, you have to do the questions in the shortcut way, like you know that we apply the various types of shortcuts. But in this boards, you have to write the theory part, and this step marking is there. So how do you manage that? That's the question. Taha, you can answer.
Well, actually, truly speaking, the steps what you do for board exams and the tricks that you apply for GE, both are completely different, yes, but the concept behind them is just the same. Whenever you apply it, so I don't think so. It should be a problem while you are applying question while you are doing board exam question. It's just going step by step. While you do it means you are understanding what is going on. That's all, nothing else.
Okay, Janani, what do you think that what should be done in that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But that said, if you want to do it, now is not the time. You'll always have time just before you can start practicing of sorts before your board exam, like 3 weeks for the board exam. That should be more than enough.
Okay. See, okay. One more question. See, this has been like you do the, you know, that in askIITians, you have been the stars of the askIITians. So, you know that while in the grade 9, 10, 11, we are always ahead, one step ahead, that whatever it is taught in the school. So the question is on actually that, because when you are always ahead of one step of others, that you become overconfident, isn't it? So the question is, how do you deal with overconfidence in school? How do you memorize things quickly? Yeah, Taha. Should we do that? Is it kind
overconfidence shouldn't be there actually. Whenever you are at school and you're seeing something that is already being taught, better use it as an opportunity to revise what you have learned. And rest of it, if you are overconfident, remember that each moment isn't defining.
Zikra, whatever question is, you can write in the chat. I'm listening.
Yes, so each moment is not defining, means one day it's really great, so don't be overconfident about it, and the other day it goes really bad, you're not able to solve any questions, so don't be depressed about it. Take everything in a stride and move on.
Okay. One more question is there. Is it true for JEE, the question paper needs to be difficult and we need to answer it correctly compared to the other student, so that as to get the higher percentile? No, it's not. Janani, you can answer that.
For a high percentile, you should answer maximum number of questions accurately.
So it is saying, it is see, question, I will again repeat the question. Question paper is difficult, okay, and we need to answer it correctly compared to the other students. So it's saying the answer, that kind of answer that you are providing, that compared to the other student to get the higher percentile.
I don't think it matters. I mean, the only thing that determines your percentile is your aggregate, like how many questions you are able to attempt correctly in total. I don't know why you are comparing answering question correctly compared to other students, but in essence, yes, you should be able to answer more number of questions correctly, irrespective of how difficult the paper is.
Okay. One more question is there. How do you approach rotational motion?
The same thing from the scratch, and just understand how to write the equations. Basically, if you know how to write the equations, the question is solved. There is nothing. Even in NLM, the pulley questions and all the constraint questions, equation is the key, and just understand how do you write the equation. That's all it is there. It's actually a really big mountain that is made, but at the end, it's just the equations that matter.
See, I think Ashaz, this question has been answered. The question is still I will answer. Do we actually have to study 14 to 15 hours a day for the preparation? Janani, do you think so?
No. I mean, it depends on you. I personally could never do it. There's not a single day where I've done 14 to 15 hours of work. I know people who have, but again, it really depends on you. If you're able to do it, well and good. If you're not, it's okay. I put 6 to 8 hours throughout my preparation. That's all I did. But if you're able to do it, go ahead, do it. The more effort you put in, the more results you get.
Okay. One more question. Did you cover all the chapters for JEE? Taha?
All in the sense, I won't be really definitive in that answer. But what I would say is that I focused on developing what chapters I had as my strength and not ignoring them. And the weak chapters also, I worked on them so that my attempt gets increased. The number of questions I attempt get increased. That was my main focus. Telling that all covering the entire syllabus, I won't be definitive to answer yes, you should cover or not.
Okay, fine. One more question. Janani, you can answer this. Can we do a little bit guesswork in JEE?
If the guesswork has logic behind it, sure.
Okay.
Don't guess randomly. It's
So
only going
that
to do more
it
harm.
doesn't remains a guess anymore if there is a logic behind it.
No, I mean, see, if there's a logic behind it, you don't necessarily have to solve the entire thing to get the answer. You just analyze questions and some questions and questions. That is fine. Just randomly guessing should not be done because
Okay, fine.
there's always a possibility. There's 75% chances it's going to go wrong.
Okay, fine. Okay, Taha, you can tell me, is there any specific strategies or the techniques you use for each subject to master them, like physics, chemistry, maths?
In terms of strategies, what I would say generally solve more questions. But maths, I would say that try understanding what's happening in the question. If there is an alternate way, use your gut feeling to deep and start solving instead of leaving the question. For chemistry, inorganic chemistry, revise daily repetitive revision so that you remember the properties while you're solving. And for physics, I think so it's standard in the sense means you should know the theory properly, what all formulas and equations are behind a question. So yeah, that all. There's no specificity, it's all depending on you.
Sure. Harshvardhan, I think this question has been discussed, that how many times you have to spend on the modules. You can again answer this, Taha, if you want to.
Module is the primary a book what you are following for solving the question. So how much time you should spend is that
okay, now the most important question. I think this has been answered because we are running off time. We are only 6 minutes left. This question has been asked that do you think that the askIITians mock tests that are there really helping them at the 11th hour, like let us suppose whenever you are preparing for the mock test? Yes, Taha?
Yes, it's actually really helpful in the sense you understand where are you at that point. You are able to analyze how much your preparation has borne you fruit. So actually do the test seriously, then they are actually really helpful. That's the main takeaway of this question.
Yes, fine. Yes, Janani, can you please add this to this? How is the askIITians mock tests really helpful at that particular stage of this exam?
Yes, I agree with what Taha said. Mock tests are really, really essential, and askIITian mock tests are a great way to know where you stand and where you lack. And it's okay if you are not able to do well in the mocks, because the mocks really don't matter. It's what matters. What matters is the final exam. So take every mock in your stride, be honest to yourself, attempt the questions wisely, and the most important part is analyze. It's not like you give a mock and then just leave it. You have to analyze the paper, see where you go wrong, make it right, and you will see progress in the long run.
Okay, there is a question. I think this is the same question that we have been discussed. Did you take any mock tests or the quizzes provided by the askIITians? And how did these? I think this has been answered, isn't it? Okay. Okay. One question for myself. how did askIITians contribute to your preparation journey? This is from my side. To Taha. After that, to Janani. Yes.
The askIITians was the backbone to the preparation. So, the modules, my mentor Deepak sir, and all the teachers supported me till the very end, and preparation was actually after when I started seriously, it went smooth and it was really nice. Without askIITians, it wouldn't be possible.
Janani, for you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was very fundamental to everything. I joined in 9th grade and since then it has been great. My mentors are great, my teachers are great. Materials provided were really nice and overall it contributed to a lot to where I am today.
Okay, so one question from this, that what will be your guidance to the grade 9th and 10th grade students? What will be your suggestion for the grade 9th and 10th grade students, Taha?
Currently, for science and maths, take it. View the subjects as your interest and do them, and strengthen your foundation in the sense that once you are in 11th and 12th, only the same things they will be taught to you in depth. So if you know your fundamentals, then it's the best.
Yes, you, Janani, what can you add to this?
Yeah, I completely agree. 9th and 10th is the best time for you to build foundations. So I would say just use your resources wisely. Have fun.
What will be your suggestion to those kids who say that grade 9th and 10th, that extra things, advanced things are being taught? Because you have been here, Janani, in the grade 9. Yeah.
See, I had a lot of fun exploring for advanced things outside the CBSE. CBSE curriculum is fine, but if you actually want to explore, if you're actually passionate about science and tech, so I think 9th and 10th is a great place to start to build your foundation because it will be of help in 11th and 12th. While, there's always a jump between 8th to 9th and 10th to 11th, right? So when you already complete your foundation properly in 9th and 10th, the jump between 10th to 11th is not that daunting to cover. So.
Okay, sure. Sir, attempting Olympiad exam like IIT-JEE is good? Yes, Taha? Olympiads?
Yes, they will give you experience for the real thing when it is to come. And also, it's a really great thing to do.
Yes, how to tackle with the social of grade 10? I think, Janani, you can answer this.
Just pay attention in school. In 9th and 10th grade, you should ideally not take leaves from school. You should go to school every day. Just do whatever the teachers are telling you to do at school. If that doesn't help, there are a lot of online resources. Just follow along. The same thing. Do not let anything accumulate. Just study and it'll be easy. Just have fun.
Okay. Next question is, how many questions per day for grade 11? Taha?
Depends on the amount of time you're investing. I would say 1 hour, 20 questions should be the target right now in 11th. And you should slowly increase your time.
Okay, it should be a gradual, exponentially we should increase the time, huh? Okay,
right.
So there is a bunch of questions still lying in my chat, so it won't be possible for me. So, guys, this was a great interactive session to you people. I thank you a lot for coming here, for briefing our kids, okay, regarding their upcoming challenges and exams. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and every one of you, I hope you got the answers of your questions and whatever your queries, and those who are left, we will try to arrange one more. Okay, so thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Taha, Janani. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.